We are so back. Rangers win, baby. 3-1 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. What a game it was. I was at the Garden for this one, which explains why this one's going up late. As you can tell, my voice is a little shot. We don't care. We're still recording this one. This was an unreal game, and the Rangers played probably one of their best games that I have seen in a very long time. And this is coming off of me being a bit worried of what we saw in the preseason. This is coming off a season where everybody called the Rangers frauds and everything. Well, tonight, you cannot say a damn word about this team unless it's a positive thing, because tonight they proved what they are made of, and we hope that this will be a continuous habit for the Rangers as they go forward throughout the season. Before we jump into this, though, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially your Ranger fans. Going to cover them all season long, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload next. Also, shout out to all the people that I met today from Twitter. Met AK at the game, met Jacob at the game, met Base Shesty as well. Met a bunch of great people at the game. Shout out to everyone that I did. Met David as well. Shout out to him. So, yeah, just wanted to quickly shout them out because they were great people. Met them. So, yeah, let's talk about this game, though. Absolutely unreal game. This one's kind of going to be all over the place because of the fact that I was at the game. Kind of wanted to take it in. I didn't want to have to be sitting there and just, analyzing and just, noting down certain things. I wanted to enjoy the game. So, we're going to talk about it. First period, though, very solid period, in my opinion. The Rangers, I thought, played a very, very strong. I mean, the fact that this is something that jumped out at me. I forgot who tweeted, but the Rangers were 10 for 12 in the faceoff dot in the first period. And actually, it might have been more. I think it was like 12 out of 14, something like that. But there was a point where they won 9 straight faceoffs. I believe that was the number. Absolutely unreal. And that's how you win games. That is something that we harped on all offseason, something that we harped on that they need to address, something that we talked about when they signed a guy like Vinny Trocheck, who was 63% in the faceoff dot, by the way, tonight. Unreal from him. Hedl going 75%. You had Goudreau going 63, Carpenter 75, Zibanejad at 69. Nice. You had the faceoff percentage. You know what else helps you win games? I know people don't like to look at it, but look at this. Look at this. We were in the good category. We actually deserve to win according to the deserve to win meter from moneypuck.com. Shout out to moneypuck.com. I know certain people don't like to look at it, but it's something that the Rangers were not really doing last year because of the fact that they were playing just a poor game, relying on Igor. They outshot Tampa 14-8 in the first period. Unreal. You had chance after chance. Kravtsov made a no-look pass early in this one. That was a great... Oh, speaking of Kravtsov. Oh, great. He's hurt. He's hurt. Didn't even get a lot of shifts. Victor Hedman threw a massive hit on him in the first period, which ended up taking him out of the game. And that was something that was very unfortunate because we were excited to see Kravtsov, and we want to see what he is made of and see, is he going to redeem himself being here again? And I thought he had a couple nice plays before he got hurt, but that no-look pass in the neutral zone, didn't like that. Something that kind of is becoming a habit with him. But it sucks that you ended up losing him early in this game. Overall, though, thankfully they won, and hopefully he's okay. According to Gallant, he's day-to-day, but that's really about it for what we got update-wise. But in terms of what else happened in the first period, I mean, you had an open net miss from Kreider, which became a theme tonight, unfortunately, because you had it in the second period as well. But first period overall, very great period. 14-8 face-off percentage, winning. Second period, they looked very similar in a way. I thought that they were doing a great job managing Tampa, holding them down. Oh, Zach Jones in the first period, too, had a just very nice defensive play as well that I forgot to mention. So had to give him credit there. Did the same in the second period. The way that some of these guys were playing, absolutely unreal. And the Rangers in the second period end up scoring their first goal of the season. Mika Zibanejad shorthanded, and this was after the refs were on both sides. There were some bad calls, whether it was soft, whether it was calling something that should have went the other way. There was one where Tampa, they called, I believe, a holding penalty, and they ended up going on the penalty kill, the Rangers, even though they easily could have called it a hook on Tampa Bay. And yeah, there was a lot of missed calls as well. I thought there were times where teams were getting away with certain things, but Mika Zibanejad scores shorthanded. Trouba dishes the puck deep up to him, and he ends up just making a beautiful move to go top shelf on Andrei Vasilevsky. We have a 1-0 game. Jacob Trouba, I could talk, and Keandre Miller with the assist on that goal. And yeah, it looked great. That penalty kill was unreal. And unfortunately, the Rangers were going on the penalty kill again, and there was 2 penalties on the play as Keandre Miller ends up taking a penalty, as well as Barker Goudreau. And you have Keandre Miller making fun of Hagel for flopping there. It was pretty funny, that clip on Twitter that we saw. And Keandre Miller, by the way, I don't know if it was the first period or when it was. It might have been the third. How about that hit he threw? I mean, he lost a stick. He's like, yep, I'll just use my body and football move this one. Just had to give credit to him on that move there. And unfortunately, though, Tampa scored on that power play, on that 5-on-3. That is, as they win a offensive zone draw, and that was from Braden Point. Gives it over to Nikita Kucherov, who finds Stamkos top of the faceoff dot, snipes that one on Igor Shesterkin. Nothing he could have done, nothing anyone could have done. We have a tied game, and things got a little nerve-wracking. I thought the Rangers, though, for the most part, they played pretty well following up the goal. It's not like they kind of sat back, they let Tampa back in. I thought they played a very good shutdown game there and didn't let much happen after that. So, in terms of that period, 16-8 in favor of the Rangers of shots, but I thought they played better in the first period, which is weird. Because you look at the shots, okay, you still shut them down very well. You still outshot them. You got more shots. But I allude that more kind of the special teams, which is kind of what we have to allude most of the shots to. But again, the deserve a win meter does not lie. And third period rolls around, and the Rangers score pretty early as they get a power play early on in this one. And I forgot what happened to result this power play. But regardless, they win a draw, which was, I think, Vinny Trocheck taking that one. And Kreider ends up getting in a little puck battle, dishes it over to Panarin. Panarin back across to Mika Zibanejad, who snipes that one on the blocker side of Andrei Vasilevsky. 2-1 game, and the Rangers looking great. Again, not taking their foot off the gas. This was probably their worst period in terms of how they played. The shots back it up. It was 10-9 in the third period. But there was a lot still to like about this one. And then you have Ryan Lindgren throw one on that, and Barker Goudreau with a beautiful tip-in goal. Carpenter as well with the assist to make it a 3-1 game. And the Garden was going wild. The Rangers kept getting great shifts. The K line got a shift in that third period. That got the crowd going. And overall, I mean, the amount of standing ovations that they got for great offensive zone pressure, just unreal performance. Igor Shesterkin, too, making save after save. Some of these glove saves that he was making, just an absolute bullet in the last few minutes of the game that he had to stop with the glove. Great performance from him. Rangers win this one. Shots in the third period, 10-9 in favor of Tampa. Shots in the game, that ended up being 39-26 in favor of the Rangers. Face-off 64-36 in favor of the Rangers. Yes, 64. Power play 1 for 4 for the Rangers, 1 for 6 for Tampa Bay. Rangers did a great job on the penalty kill, especially one of them where they were moving the puck back and forth, and they ended up scoring. They got chances as well. Kreider missing an open net on one of the chances, I believe that was. So they could have scored more. But unfortunately, they didn't. Hits 24-19 in favor of the Rangers. Block shots 22-12 in favor of Tampa Bay. Giveaway 17 for the Rangers, 15 for Tampa. Yeah, turning the puck over. That thing still happens, right? Look, I'm not going to completely harp on it too much, but there were times where the Rangers did give over the puck too much. I'm looking at you, Artemi Panarin, with some of the passes that he made. I mean, some of them he needs to clean up. It was a problem. If we're being blunt, if we're being honest, there were a couple things that I didn't like that Panarin did, which we're going to talk about more. But yeah, there were a couple of times where they turned the puck over still too much, but I thought they limited it more. So as long as they could clean that up a bit more, yeah, we're going to have a great season. We're in for a fun one. But in terms of how each line did, it was kind of wonky because you had Kravtsov out of the game so much. But in terms of what your first line was going into the night, You had Kreider with Zibanejad and Kakko. I thought that line was so good together. Kakko getting a beautiful chance in the first period across from Kreider, I believe, who fed the puck to him. Just an absolute missile of a shot. Unfortunately, couldn't bury that one. So, like what I saw from that line, Zibanejad with 2 goals on the night, 9 shots on goal. Unreal performance from him. He was having confidence, shooting more, and that's what we need from Mika, because earlier on, voice crack there, earlier on last year, he was not doing that, and it was something hurting the Rangers. He wasn't doing it early in the Pittsburgh series last year, and when he plays his game, shows confidence in himself, he is his best self, and that's what Kreider says, that's what the coaching staff says, that's what everyone says, and you see it, and tonight further showed it. Second line, for what it was supposed to be going into the night, you had Panarin, Trocheck, and Kravtsov, but Lafreniere ended up getting a lot of shifts up there, and I thought both lines worked out pretty well. Panarin was okay, had a point, again, turned the puck over too much. I would like for him to shoot more. I thought he was honestly the worst forward of the night, if I'm going to be honest. I thought there could have been more from him. Trocheck, he is so fun to watch. He is going to be just unreal for this team and a huge part. 63 in the faceoff dot, like I said. 4 shots on goal for him. Vinny Trocheck didn't get a point, sure deserved one, but he was absolutely unreal tonight. Loved what I saw from Vinny Trocheck. The third line going into the night was supposed to be, who was it? Goudreau, Hedl, and Laffy. Laffy, though, who, when he got shifts on the second line, was great as well. Had a chance in the third period, I want to say it was. That was a grade A opportunity that he couldn't bury. 4 shots on goal, 4 hits for him. Didn't get a point tonight. Another guy who easily could have. Very great game for him. Barclay Goodrow, 3 shots on goal. He scored a goal. Unfortunate penalty that he took. In the arena, it looked like he didn't even trip the guy, but everyone on Twitter was telling me that it was a blatant trip. I don't know, but if we're going to go with what Twitter said, then yeah, bad penalty to take there. But outside of that, Barclay Goodrow, great game for him. Just unreal. And 3 shots on goal. How about him showing some confidence with the puck? And then Philip Hedl, I thought he had some nice defensive plays, winning faceoffs, 2 shots on goal. They weren't really noticeable shots, if I'm being honest. So didn't really necessarily love what I saw from Hedl, but I'm not going to complain. And then the fourth line was supposed to be, and it was pretty much the entire game, Carpenter, VC, and Reeves. And I like what I saw from them. They weren't noticeable, but not because they were bad. Carpenter ended up getting a point. Had a penalty in this one as well, but I thought Carpenter was decent. There were a couple plays that I didn't like that he made where he turned the puck over. VC wasn't really noticeable in a good way, noticeable in a bad way. Not much to talk about there. And Ryan Reeves throwing a big hit early in this game that I think was on, who was it on? I actually don't remember. I think it was Fleury that hit was on, if I'm not mistaken, but that was but yeah, Ryan Reeves was okay tonight. He was okay. Not much really to say with him, but fourth line overall, not too bad there. And the forward group altogether, not too bad at all. I would have liked to see more from Panarin, but that's about it. Defensively, you have Lindgren and Fox, and they were unreal tonight for the most part. There were times where they weren't noticeable. There were times where they were pretty noticeable. Fox, I thought, had a little bit of an off night. There were plays that he was making that was okay, but nothing really stood out. So yeah, that's considered your off night from Fox, but he was still good. Lindgren was great. Took a brutal hit in the first period that I was scared was going to knock him out of the game for a bit, but thankfully he ended up being okay. Crashed into the boards there. Got a point as well. Got a point. Second pair, Miller and Trouba. Miller was unreal tonight. I thought Miller was great. 3 hits on the night, 2 shots on goal. And he was moving the puck so well. He was great. That penalty that he took shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. And I mean, he shouldn't have taken that penalty. It was a fair call, but he shouldn't have taken that one. But Miller, great game. Probably the best defenseman of the night. Probably those hits that he threw, monstrous. The way he was playing defensively, great. There was one play that I remember in the third period where he got beat for a 2-on-1. I think Kucherov beat him there. And that scared me a bit, but Trouba made a nice defensive play, which we're going to talk about him. 6 shots on goal, 3 hits, 1 point for him. Trouba had a pretty solid game as well. There's no one really I can complain about defensively. And yeah, overall, solid game from Jacob Trouba as well. And then your third pair, Jones and Schneider, your new defensive pairing, your new jersey number for Braden Schneider, number 4 now for him. Great game for both of them. Jones had a lot of great defensive plays, winning board battles too, which was nice to see for a guy his height. Nice to see him showing some nice work around the boards there. Okay, Jonesy. And Schneider was great tonight as well. Didn't do anything noticeable, but I thought he was very solid for the most part. Did the little things right. Didn't get a lot of time on ice, which was kind of shocking, but it is what it is. He doesn't get power play time, doesn't get shorthanded time. That's going to happen. But Igor, stop at 25 on 26. Some of those saves that he made, absolutely unreal. Has a 962 save percentage on the year to start it. Great game for Igor Shesterkin. Can't say enough good things. Just some of those stops that he made in front on Stamkos, on Kucherov. Just absolutely unreal game from him. And yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote with that game. Next game, hopefully, will be more organized when it comes to the format there. But yeah, let's get to Twitter because you guys had a lot to say. From Black Dog RVA 333. Back again, my friends. Oh, great to see you again because I have missed these tweets. Oh, I missed this. How great did Mika look? I mean, to start there, absolutely unreal. Best forward of the night. Confidence. Nice start to Trouba's captaincy. Agree there. I thought he played great tonight. How was it feeling at the Garden? The Garden was absolutely electric. I thought the Garden was unreal. The first period, it was kind of dead, the crowd, actually. I thought the crowd wasn't really as into it until the end of this game. But when they were into it, they were into it. And you had them screaming at the refs again. You know, it was absolutely fun to be a part of. And yeah, nothing better. Thank you for your first question of the year. Appreciate that. And Dwayne Bacon, nice to see you again. Honestly, that was probably the best possible opening game. Agree there. Dominant on faceoffs, dominant on special teams. Igor's still a beauty. Complete three-period game. Mika starting hot. You love to see it. Really excited where this season takes us. Thank you so much for sending that in. And yeah, I mean, that was a full 60. When you want to talk a full 60, we saw tonight a full 60. And that's something that we need to see more and more and more. Again, obviously, there's going to be little things where, you know, it's not that great in the game, but when you play for what feels like a full 60, at least, 55 minutes, whatever you want to put it, that is going to be key for this season. And yeah, this opening night couldn't have gone any better. Igor was great, like you mentioned, and dominant 5-on-5, dominant. And it's something that we were questioning, and you saw a lot of great 5-on-5 play. Blake Nasty says, I have a question. Why are you so generational? Oh, stop, Blake. No, you. Next question is from Blue Shirts Daily, New York Style 24. Always coming in with the replies saying, Igor better? Yeah. Who has the better save percentage on the year? Who won the Vezina last year? But, yeah. It's better. Igor is better. And then from NYR Mika 93 says, what did you think of the top 6 after Kravtsov got hurt? Interesting question there. I thought the top 6 was very solid, especially the first line. I thought they held themselves well without having Kravtsov there. Well, not like he was going to play there, but I thought the top line was great. For the line that was supposed to have Kravtsov, I thought they were okay. There was a couple things that I didn't like. Trocheck was definitely the best part of that line. Laffy was probably the next best, and then Panarin, if I had to list them for, what we saw most of the game. Overall, I thought they were very solid, though. I liked a lot from that, and going to be interesting to see if that line change continues going into the next game, which we have to see what's going to happen. Blay might come back. You might have Kravtsov back. Who knows? But I really love what I saw all around tonight. And let me know your thoughts of the game in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys what you thought of the game. Were you at the game? If you were a part of the Twitter meetup, let me know as well. And you didn't say hi, I don't know. Or we just didn't encounter each other, whatever it may have been. Let me know, whatever it might be. But again, it was great meeting everyone that I did. It was great being at the game. And I'm thankful for every single one of you that are watching this video. Thankful. And the least you guys could do to help me back is leave a like. I would really appreciate that as well. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload next. And 1-0. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go, Rangers.